system on the A/B variants but has been supplanted by a digital computer system beginning with the F-16C/D Block 40.8788. The F-16's controls suffered from a sensitivity to static electricity or electrostatic discharge, ESD, and lightning.89. Up to 70–80% of C/D models' electronics were vulnerable to ESD.90. Cockpit and ergonomics. Bubble canopy, allowing all-round visibility. A key feature of the F-16's cockpit is the exceptional field of view. The single-piece, bird-proof polycarbonate bubble canopy provides 360-degree all-round visibility, with a 40 degrees look-down angle over the city of the aircraft, and 15 degrees down over the nose, compared to the common 12–13 degrees of preceding aircraft. The pilot's seat is elevated for this purpose. Additionally, the F-16's canopy omits the forward bow frame found on many fighters, which is an obstruction to a pilot's forward vision. 4491. The F-16's ACES 20/0 ejection seat is reclined at an unusual tilt-back angle of 30 degrees. Most fighters have a tilted seat at 13–15 degrees. The tilted seat can accommodate taller pilots and increases G-force tolerance. However, it has been associated with reports of neck aches, possibly caused by incorrect headrest usage. 92. Subsequent U.S. fighters have adopted more modest tilt-back angles of 20 degree. 4493. Because of the seat angle and the canopy's thickness, the ejection seat lacks canopy breakers for emergency egress. Instead, the entire canopy is jettisoned prior to the seat's rocket firing. 94. Cramped cockpit of jet trainer, showing dials and instruments. F-16 ground trainer cockpit, F-16 midlife update, MLU. The pilot flies primarily by means of an armrest-mounted side stick controller, instead of a traditional center-mounted stick, and an engine throttle. Conventional rudder pedals are also employed. To enhance the pilot's degree of control of the aircraft during high combat maneuvers, various switches and function controls were removed to centralized hands-on throttle and stick, HOTAS, controls support both the controllers and the throttle. Hand pressure on the side stick controller is transmitted by electrical signals via the FB system to adjust various flight control surfaces to maneuver the F-16. Originally, the side stick controller was non-moving, but this proved uncomfortable and difficult for pilots to adjust to, sometimes resulting in a tendency to over-rotate during takeoffs, so the control stick was given a small amount of play. Since the introduction of the F-16, HOTAS controls have become a standard feature on modern fighters. F-16 pilot with joint helmet-mounted cueing system and cockpit head-up display. The F-16 has a head-up display, HUD, which projects visual flight and combat information in front of the pilot without obstructing the view. Being able to keep their head out of the cockpit improves the pilot's situation awareness. 95. Further flight and systems information are displayed on multifunction displays, MFD. The left-hand MFD is the primary flight display, PFD, typically showing radar and moving maps. The right-hand MFD is the system display, SD, presenting information about the engine landing gear, slat and flap settings, and fuel and weapons status. Initially, the F-16 A/B had monochrome cathode ray tube, CRT, displays, replaced by color liquid crystal displays on the Block 50/52. 4496. The midlife update, MLU, introduced compatibility with night vision goggles, NVG. The Boeing Joint Helmet Mounted Cueing System, JHMCS, is available from Block 40 onwards, for targeting based on where the pilot's head faces unrestricted by the HUD, using high off-bore sight missiles like the AIM-9X. 97, Fire Control Radar. The F-16A/B was originally equipped with the Westinghouse and APG-66 fire control radar. Its slotted planar array antenna was designed to be compact to fit into the F-16's relatively small nose. In uplook mode, the APG-66 uses a low pulse repetition frequency, PRF, for medium and high altitude target detection in a low clutter environment, and in look down /shoot down employs a medium PRF for heavy clutter environments. It has 4 operating frequencies within the X-band, and provides 4 air-to-air and 7 air-to-ground operating modes for combat, even at night or in bad weather. The Block 15S APG-66 V2 model added more powerful signal processing, higher output power, improved reliability, and increased range in cluttered or jamming environments. The Midlife Update (MLU) program introduced a new model, APG-66 V2, which features higher speed and more memory. 98. The N/APG-68, an evolution of the APG-66, was introduced with the F-16C/D Block 25. The APG-68 has greater range and resolution, as well as 25 operating modes, including ground mapping, Doppler beam sharpening, ground moving target indication, C-target, and track while scan, TWS, for up to 10 targets. The Block 40/42S APG-68 V1 model added full compatibility with Lockheed Martin low altitude. An APG-68, as fitted to the nose navigation and targeting infrared for night, lantern, pods, and a high PRF pulse Doppler track mode to provide interrupted continuous wave guidance for semi-active radar homing, SAR, missiles like the AIM-7 Sparrow. Block 50/52 F-16s initially use a more reliable APG-68 V5, which has a programmable signal processor employing very high-speed integrated circuit (VSIC) technology. The advanced Block 50/52 or 50+/52+ is equipped with the APG-68 V9 radar, with a 30% greater air-to-air detection range and a synthetic aperture radar (SAR) mode for high-resolution mapping and target detection recognition. In August 2004, Northrop Grumman was contracted to upgrade the APG-68 radars of Block 40/42/50/52 aircraft to the V10 standard, providing all-weather autonomous detection and targeting for Global Positioning System (GPS), aided precision weapons (SAR) mapping, and terrain-following radar (TF) modes, as well as interleaving of all modes. 44. The F-16E/F is outfitted with Northrop Grumman's and /APG-80 Active Electronically Scanned Array (AESA) radar. 99. Northrop Grumman developed the latest AESA radar. Upgrade for the F-16, selected for USAF and Taiwan's Republic of China Air Force F-16 upgrades, named the Scalable Agile Beam Radar, SAB, APG-83.100-101. In July 2007, Raytheon announced that it was developing a next-generation radar, RANK, based on its earlier N/APG-79 AESA radar as a competitor to Northrop Grumman SAN/APG-68 and N/APG-80 for the F-16. 44. On the 28th of February 2020, Northrop Grumman received an order from USAF to extend the service lives of their F-16s to at least 2048 with APG-83 Scalable Agile Beam Radar, SAB, as part of the Service Life Extension Program, SLIP. 102. Propulsion. Afterburner concentric ring structure inside the exhaust. The initial power plant selected for the single-engined F-16 was the Pratt & Whitney F-100 PW200 afterburning turbofan, a modified version of the F-15's F-100 PW100, rated at 23,830 lbf, 106.0 kN, thrust. During testing, the engine was found to be prone to compressor stalls and rollbacks wherein the engine's thrust would spontaneously reduce to idle. Until resolved, the Air Force ordered F-16s to be operated within dead stick landing distance of its bases. 15. It was the standard F-16 engine through Block 25 except for the newly built Block 15s with the Operational Capability Upgrade, OCU. The OCU introduced the 23,770 lbf, 105.7 kN, F-100 PW220, later installed on Block 32 and 42 aircraft, the main advance being a digital electronic engine control, DEEP, unit which improved reliability and reduced stall occurrence. Beginning production in 1988. The -220 also supplanted the F-15's 100, for commonality. Many of the -220 engines on Block 25 and later aircraft were upgraded from 1997 onwards to the 220E standard, which enhanced reliability and maintainability. Unscheduled engine removals were reduced by 35%. 103. The F-100 PW220/220E was the result of the USAF's Alternate Fighter Engine, AFE, program, colloquially known as the Great Engine War, which also saw the entry of General Electric as an F-16 engine provider. Its F-110 GE100 turbofan was limited by the original inlet to a thrust of 25,735 lbf. 114.47 kN. The modular common inlet duct allowed the F-110 to achieve its maximum thrust of 28,984 lbf, 128.93 kN. To distinguish between aircraft equipped with these two engines and inlets, from Block 30 series on, blocks ending in 0, for example, Block 30, are powered by GE, and blocks ending in 2, for example, Block 32, are fitted with Pratt & Whitney engines. 103, 104. Adjustable exhaust nozzle in contracted position. The increased performance engine, IPE, program led to the 29,588 lbf, 131.61 kN, F-110 GE129 on the Block 50 and 29,160 lbf, 129.7 kN, F-100 PW229 on the Block 52. F-16s began flying with these IPE engines in the early 1990s. Altogether, of the 1,446 F-16C/DS ordered by the USAF, 556 were fitted with F-100 series engines and 890 with F-110s. 44. The United Arab Emirates Block 60 is powered by the General Electric F-110 GE132 turbofan with a maximum thrust of 32,500 lbf, 145 kN, the highest thrust engine developed for the F-16. 105. Operational history. United States. A United States Air Force F-16 from 480th Fighter Squadron takes off from Spangdahlem Air Base in support of Operation Odyssey Dawn. The F-16 is being used by the active duty USAF, Air Force Reserve, and Air National Guard units, the USAF Aerial Demonstration Team, the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds, and as an adversary aggressor aircraft by the United States Navy at the Naval Strike and Air Warfare Center. The U.S. Air Force, including the Air Force Reserve and the Air National Guard, flew the F-16 in combat during Operation Desert Storm in 1991 and in the Balkans later in the 1990s. F-16s also patrolled the no-fly zones in Iraq during Operations Northern Watch and Southern Watch and served during the war in Afghanistan and the war in Iraq from 2001 and 2003 respectively. In 2011, Air Force F-16s took part in the intervention in Libya. 106. On the 11th of September, 2001, 2 unarmed F-16s were launched in an attempt to ram down United Airlines Flight 93 before it reached Washington, D.C. during the 11th of September, 2001 terrorist attacks. But Flight 93 was brought down by the passengers first, so the F-16s were retasked to patrol the local airspace and later escorted Air Force One back to Washington. 107, 108. The F-16 had been scheduled to remain in service with the U.S. Air Force until 2025. 109. Its replacement was planned to be the F-35, a variant of the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II, which is expected to gradually begin replacing several multi-role aircraft among the program's member nations. However, owing to delays in the F-35 program, all USAF F-16s will receive service life extension upgrades. 110. In 2022, it was announced the USAF would continue to operate the F-16 for another 2 decades. 111. Israel. The F-16's first air-to-air combat success was achieved by the Israeli Air Force, IAF, over the Bekaa Valley on the 28th of April, 1981, against a Syrian Mi-8 helicopter, which was downed with cannon fire. 113. On 7 June 1981, 8 Israeli F-16s, escorted by 6 F-15s, executed Operation Opera, their first employment in a significant air-to-ground operation. This raid severely damaged Osirak, an Iraqi nuclear reactor under construction near Baghdad, to prevent the regime of Saddam Hussein from using the reactor for the creation of nuclear weapons. 114. Israeli Air Force F-16 nets 107 with 6.5 kill marks of other aircraft are called for an F-16, as well as 1 kill mark of an Iraqi nuclear reactor. 112. The following year, during the 1982 Lebanon War, Israeli F-16s engaged Syrian aircraft in one of the largest air battles involving jet aircraft, which began on the 9th of June and continued for 2 more days. Israeli Air Force F-16s were credited with 44 air-to-air kills during the conflict. 113, 115. In January 2000, Israel completed a purchase of 102 new F-16 aircraft in a deal totaling $4.5 billion. 116. F-16s were also used in the ground attack role for strikes against targets in Lebanon. IAF F-16s participated in the 2006 Lebanon War and the 2008-09 Gaza War. 117. During and after the 2006 Lebanon War, IAF F-16s shot down Iranian-made UAVs launched by Hezbollah, using Rafael Python 5 air-to-air missiles. 118, 119, 120. On the 10th of February, 2018, an Israeli Air Force F-16I was shot down in northern Israel when it was hit by a relatively old Model S-200, NATO-named Sa-5 Gammon, surface-to-air missile of the Syrian Air Defense Force. 121. The pilot and navigator ejected safely in Israeli territory. The F-16I was part of a bombing mission against Syrian and Iranian targets around Damascus after an Iranian drone entered Israeli airspace and was shot down. 122. An Israel Air Force investigation determined on the 27th of February, 2018 that loss was due to pilot error since the IAF determined the aircrew did not adequately defend themselves. 123. Pakistan. The PAF F-16 S number 84-606, which shot down one of the Indian jets during Operation Swift Retort, kill mark visible on nose. During the Soviet-Afghan War, PAF F-16 has shot down between 20-30